This is Wake Up Nigeria from Srtv in London. And yes, this is where we're going to talk about what is happening in Nigeria today. I'm trying to look good, you know. My jacket is a little bit getting too big for me because I don't eat enough. You see, because there's no food in London. Well, it's a great day. I don't know about you. It's a great day. We have a lot to share today. And today is not one of those days that I'm going to go into any topic, but I'm going to just treat the current issues that are happening around so that you guys can, because most of the things we're talking about, they are not far, they are with us. And so we want to look at the papers. And the papers seem to be full today with a lot of things, and I have made it with me. Hopefully, to join me on time, and then we'll be able to delve on some very important issues this morning. It is important. And I think I have made it before. I will try to open some of the one. But you know, every time we talk about what the churches can do, what these people can do to help us. And I have also talked about the true meaning of empowerment. When you say, or what do you call development? You know, it's like I have been very wary, you know, and I've made some mistakes on my own part as well. And I want to say this. The development of my father's time is not the development of my time. The development of my children's time is not the development of my time. And I always say to my kids, if you want to get anything from me, it will be your education, your sound mind, your preparedness for the future. It's not what I have. The car I'm driving now will not be suitable for you. The house I built will be too obsolete, will be too old, too out of fashion for your time. You don't need mine because your time is more promising than mine. Let me say this. When we're growing up, I remember, like I keep telling people, I don't know about you guys. You know, it was in my present as we were growing up with my grandmom. That is when we first. There was no plastering, no. It was a mud house that we stayed in Upnigeria. I was growing up when we used something to plaster the house. You know, we used to smoothen it. We were sleeping on the floor, and then the time came when my grandma had some money and they now cemented the floor. My father they cemented the whole thing. I remember my grandfather the day he decked his house, the roof. You know, I'm not talking of this in the ceiling. It was that ceiling that I used for my primary school. When I was going to school, primary one, there was no money to buy me slate. So, but that was a very good slate. They just the pieces, some of the pieces which they used in roofing, in selling the house. That was my primary school. And in primary one and two, primary one will use the slate. When you get to primary two, they will now buy you pencil and a book. And it's from primary three that you start to use pen. I wish I really need to hear this. It was from primary three that I started using pen. And the pen was still not even, you know, when the kind of pen I used, anyway, I wasn't even a good one. If they buy pen for me today, it will be missing tomorrow. I lost uniform daily. My uniform, if I go school today, they know I'm not coming back with it. Because when I close from school, I'll go and drop my uniform at the roundabout of the school and I'll go and play ball. Before I come back, all my uniform, my books, everything I have, they're gone. So I was a problem child, by the way. My mom suffered. I wish she's alive to see me now. I keep telling her, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. I'm going to be fine. Am I not fine now? And which is here now to enjoy me. So sometimes I say to parents, don't overbother as well about the kids because they're going to be fine. All you need to do is prepare them. What she did well was the period she pushed me to go to school. You know, those days, I remember I cannot forget a particular day that I was crying with my mom. I want to follow her to the farm. This woman took me, beat me, take me to school. I was already in primary 4, 5. I don't know what was in my head that day. They took me down to school, and the teacher was telling me, oh, I'm one of the bright students, they should leave me alone. So I sat down in the class. I wasn't beaten at school. I can't remember, I can't forget that guy. And we had one teacher there, we had one lady teacher, Estimo, and this guy. I can't forget, I can't just remember, you know, when you are young. And I was with one guy, Bright. Bright was a very bright student too, you know. I was a bright in that school. So, you know, my primary school days. I can imagine how it was then and the way primary school looks like now. In fact, my kids yesterday, in fact, then when I was my son, the one I named Chris, grew up with a laptop. Now, laptop is no more in vogue. Go and look at what they're using now, the kind of gadget they're using. So, the word is time for us to redefine development. When you develop the kids, when you develop, create opportunity for the youth, that is when the society is moving forward. It's not when you park sand on the road. That's not when you construct roads. I know construction of roads are important, yes. But what is true development with when you impact? And today I'm going to share with you a very, very important story, something that touches me. And I wish I can share this with my House of Rep and the senator from my place and perhaps the governor of my place and throw this issue to the Robo youth who seems to have no ideas what to do when it comes to development. But before I go into that, let me do what I do best. You know, I always say, you know, Nigerians, we always want to blame the other person. I like that too. Let us keep blaming people. And as we blame people for our problem, I want to, and when you talk about the problem with them, they don't want to deal with it. I want to share this with you guys today. You see this video, this Arise telling. Guys, allow us because it's a viral video. I just want to use it I want to add to it. And I wish Mary is here to actually give me a point. But I want you to listen to what they say here. Now, we're saying that what pastors should do, what the Nigerian, you see, we don't, if we have anything working for us, it's religion. And if we have anything working against us right now, it's also religion. We've carried it to Kenya, and I want to see what the Kenya Catholic Church did to what the president. You see, this is what I want to ask you guys after watching this. I know you guys must have seen this viral video, but this is a moment. I wish we can discuss it. I wish people are here to share this stuff with me. I wanted to play with this with Mary because she's the one that always defends the pastors. But let's
to Kenya now, where the Catholic Church has rejected a donation of about $40,000 made by President William Ruto. The president offered the money towards the building of a priest's house and as a gift to the choir during Mass on Sunday at the Soweto Catholic Church in the capital, Nairobi. The donation followed a recent statement by Catholic bishops who had hit out at the government for failing to fulfill their electoral promises. The move has sparked a debate on social media, with some asking if religious institutions should participate in politics or accept ill-gotten wealth. Let me take this tweet from Shelby. He wrote, "The Catholic Church just turned down $40,000. Why? They said it was tainted money. Kenya's president donated it, but the church claimed it came from corruption. This raises big questions. Should religious institutions take dirty money or use it for good, regardless of its source?" What is your take, Dr. Abati? Vimbai, we only have a minute on this, so we can take our good news report.
Okay. All right. We're going to listen to Abati. You know what Abati going to do. I was missing Hussein here. I wish he's there. You know, to drive this matter home, but trust Abati. Abati did justice to it. The question is, what is your take? This is no joke. This is not a joke. Now, when I saw the video, you know, I don't share their Arise videos because I don't think it's right for me to pick their content and talk with it. But this is too important. You know, I think we really need to talk about this. Sometimes you guys, and you know what is surprising to me today is that we all are aware of what is going on. There's none of us that is not aware of what is going on in Nigeria. We know the trouble. We know what we are up against. The thing is, maybe we are not matured enough to deal with it. It's not as if we don't know what we're up against. Let's listen to what Abati have to say before you hear what the priest have to say.
Very quickly, you know, the youths of Kenya that protested had accused religious leaders in Kenya of supporting leaders who have failed the youths, and they've been consistent in that regard. Before this donation at this church in Nairobi, the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Kenya had also said, look, they were against the government because the government was not fulfilling the electoral promises. So here you'll find in Kenya the church playing a major role in defending the people's interests.
Right.
And I think that is the same role that the Nigerian body of Christ should play, not presenting itself, projecting itself as a tight collection, tight obsessed, tight crazy congregation of the body of Christ. They should be, no, don't defend synagogue.
No, I just think that it wasn't our prayers that stopped the naira from going to 10,000 to the dollar.
Please, leave
It
prayers.
was our prayers that stopped the
leave
naira.
prayers out. But I'm saying that we have a good example in Kenya,
Yes.
and what this particular church has done, the Soweto Catholic Church of Nairobi, is to return President Ruto's 40,000. Even the governor of Nairobi that contributed money, he has been told that his money will be returned to him.
All right.
Let them go and serve the people.
Very good.
And not
Perfect.
bringing dirty money to church.
Let's head over.
All right, you see, my people, I just watched this, and I know most of the pastors now don't be good at the Christian. I wish no say I know they exist, but people like me, there are millions. You have a lot of gullible people to use, but there are millions. And what I take home from this is what we all can do. The funny thing is, I believe in the institution of the church. I know you guys can make all the difference. More than the government. The churches can make the bigger difference in Nigeria today than the government. And like I said to my community, my people, you guys can make more impact on the lives of people than the government. The church in Nigeria can make more impact. Because the truth is, I will spend more days in the church. I feel like Urobobi, when they go there, they go dance alone. Because all Urobobi gather now to eat banga soup, dance. No, sometimes I wonder if you people can move out and do the needful by thinking of how to empower the youth. And you see the language, what I love about this, it was the youth that the pastors say, go and take care of the youth. Because if the youth are doing well, trust me, youth is the question of 5, 6, 7 years old. Before two people go live there, the youth you are talking of now, they must have changed. As at the time they born them Mary, who is not here with me. Mary was born a few years ago. When in this dispensation, this is where they are now. They are not women. Getting married, playing parts, running TV shows. This is so important that we understand what we are up against. This is so important. And that's why I'm not going to be able to do this. The question is, what is the body of Christ doing in Nigeria? Other than even the tithe. Do you know when you have a local government councillor today, a councillor, even when we know they were village fools, because most of the councillors, they were village fools. 90% of them were village fools. Because he's not a councillor, when he goes to the church, he will sit at the front. He's the most person they will recognize. He will go and sit at the front. And of course, he can make a speech inside the church. They were allowed. But let me tell you what the church can do. They've done one in Kenya. But this is not even what I'm seeing. I want Oyedipo and Adeboye to start it. Even the Christ Embassy. You have this congregation. You have this number of people. Open a bank. I want to see Redeem Bank. Is it out of place if Redeem have a bank that can give money to people, give loan to their members to go and do things and bring their money back? In fact, the church will be making more money. People will pay more tithe. Will it be out of place if Redeem choose to have a farm? With all this time you used to pray and dance and do everything, can't you open a farm and structure it in such a way that what the priest is saying that if you are a church member, show me your father's land and I will cultivate it. That is your land, that is your farm, owned in partnership with the church. Will it be out of place? There will be too much food in Nigeria. Are we sincere with ourselves? My people, are you guys sincere with yourself? Because nobody can help us. God is not going to come down to help us. Few days ago, I call it few days, let me put it that way. We heard that the Nigerian government just went out of the way, following the instruction of the president, according to Wiki, to build houses for the judges in Abuja. So all these judges will not get life before. Now house when Tinubu won't build for now, I go make una. But in that case, how can you be independent? If this church accept this money, they can no more say anything to them. The judge is another. The judges are the important arms of government. Hey, for those of us now in the legal profession, we are ashamed because we are the last hope of the common man. If you will not dance kerewawa with the executive, where are we? Whatever they say you will do, whatever they say you will do, whatever they say you will do, what are we doing to ourselves? Churches, I'm not here to condemn you, but I really want to commend the Catholic Church for doing this. And hopefully our people will do this. But let me say this again. I swear. And instead of you to have a private jet, you should not use that money to buy private jet, to buy 2 Boeing aircraft. You can take the loan, you are rich now. To buy and open an airline and empower your members. What is it that you cannot do? What is it that Oyedipo cannot do? Tell me what you cannot do. There's nothing, sir. You shall go. You know, I don't want to criticize you guys today, but you guys leave me with no option. You see, when you're used to being treated well, you can't go back to bullshit. I've seen too many good things that the churches have been doing, and you cannot tell me this. I went to a Roman Catholic school. It was free. I went to the Baptist high school in my village. It was free. This was not the government of Nigeria. The Catholic school I attended, the Roman Catholic school, because the church is the St. Joseph. You have the church here, and they built the school. That was the school I attended. Hey, Oyedipo, kilometer. Baba himself, where the school won't allow you? Are you not making enough money? Baba, you need this money. Chris, you don't fry, you don't cut, you don't fry your hair enough. You still need more money. What do you want to do, my guy? At least you be modern guy. Why? We'll leave that for another day. May God help us. Because if I talk too much, they will beat me. So, thank you very much, these guys, for doing this. But let me say, I'm going to do something today that I've never done before. And I'm going to analyze what development can mean. Because sometimes when I talk here, people don't get it. When I talk, sometimes people misunderstand me. So, and that's why I like what the church did in Nairobi. And I have a very good example of where Nigeria can be, of what it needs to be in the House of Rep. I'm not talking of those of you in the Senate alone. Look at a man in the House of Rep. Yes, he's a minority leader. Doesn't give him a bigger position. But this is an idea. I can't wait to interview Queen. As you see here, this is the president of the Association of Movie Producers of Nigeria, Queen. If you've been watching my show, you know Queen. She's been one of those I work with when we want to do the Nigerian week in London. She's been a very good partner. This woman has the heart of gold. You might not even understand that when you see her from outside. But her mouth, nothing she cannot say. You cannot close that her mouth. And I begin to respect this lady. Because from where I see her from one place to the other, she's not impressing me. Now, I wish I'm going to share this video with my friend. And I'm going to let them know. And I'm going to start from my place. More than no verse. I'm not picking on you, my people. But I have to pick from you guys today. Because what I'm talking about today is youth empowerment. How do you even defend your young people? Now, if you don't, did I say this? If you don't have ideas, consult. What did I say? If you don't have ideas, consult, ask people. Which impact, what can I do that will have a lasting impact? Do not go and continue the same thing your father did, your mother did, your brother did. It has failed us and we are still doing the same thing. Let me tell you. You and this man at the same office my day. Look, I show you another picture. At the same place my day there, they do my business. One another very soon. Now, this is what he decided to do. I know somebody bring this idea to him. But listen. They now open up, because he thinks that he's representing the Southeast, to come up with a package in film to train producers in the Southeast, across the 5 states of the Southeast, to train them and empower them. Now, the impact of this is that 5,000 young people will be directly empowered as producers with this scheme. And listen to me. The other people that will benefit is estimated to the rate of about 50 to 100,000 people. Let me say this, and maybe you might not understand this, but what I see here is the same thing as the direct apprenticeship system that will feed people into the system. Nollywood already exists. Nollywood is feeding many. Nollywood has produced stars. It has produced people in your village. 90% of you watching me today can know 1 or 2 persons to know that is not in Nollywood. Most of them didn't go to any training. They went there out of passion, and here they are today. How about picking up a concept to intentionally train people in your constituency? I am talking here. 1,000 people in your constituency. Rather than buying Okada, those people you bought Okada could have been trained to be producers, and they will become employers of labor. What do you do with Okada? Where is Okada going to take you to? Probably most of them are going to get married tomorrow with the Okada. Because Okada, you go to Kokoro, get married, your life is finished. But with this guy, with what they have done with Am, this is, if you want similar skin, give me, I will give a shout to Queen. She will come out to your aid. This scheme to be taken around the country. Now, this is my take. Nollywood, there's too much room for the entertainment. The content needs to be produced. The internet is looking for content. I'm looking for content. All the TV stations are looking for content. So don't tell me there's nowhere to sell content. Content get market everywhere. Now, if you train your constituency only 1,000 people, proper training, train them as producers. I'm going to tell you who is a producer. I'm not talking of directors. I'm not talking of actors. I'm talking of the business of it. The producer is the businessman. Is the person that see a good story. Think of who will play in the story so that he can sell it and make money. He is a businessman. The producer does not even have to have idea. He doesn't even know how to use the camera. He does not know how to be an actor. He doesn't know how to act. He's a completely different person in the scheme of things. And they are the people that call the show too. So now, what the producer does, the director might even claim that he's the one that is a genius, but the genius man is really the producer. The producer is what I pick a concept. Carry you a director, come and interpret this in the picture. Sometimes he even decides who to play in the film because he knows he wants to sell it. Sometimes they tell me, oh, this person should play in the film. I say, how are you going to sell it? Bring this person, so that you see there's something the premiership does. Now that these Turkish people have engaged our board, they were not stupid. They knew the number of audience they're going to get from Nigeria. When they hire one person from your country, they know what they're going to get. You see, so they do not even hire you alone. They are strategic. Bring one guy from that country, the whole of that country begin to support you. All of us begin to support Arsenal, which is still where I am today because of Kano. The time Kano was in Arsenal is when I got to Arsenal. I don't leave Arsenal today. No. Now, most of you are supporting Chelsea because of Mikel Obi. So hiring Mikel is not only for the talent alone, but a strategic business approach to secure audience. And audience is money. Now, I see this as so genius, as so ingenious. Listen, man, it's so ingenious for me because this is the minority leader in the House of Rep that come up with this scheme in partnership with the Association of Movie Producers of Nigeria to pick at 5,000 young people directly in the Southeast and train them as producers. That is all I want to take from it. And this is so simple. I don't want to know the details of it. They have a lot of grammar to speak there. But the important of it is that if you train these people and you empower them to even make their first film not high, the money will come out. Because you have trained them now strategically. They will go out and begin to employ people. Now let me say this. If the data, I'm talking here, not best. We take only 500 young people in her constituency today. The money she has wasted in all those Okada. Use it to train, partner, give them the exposure. And those young people will in turn begin to employ others. Now, the filmmaking we are talking of that is lacking in our land will begin to exist because these children exist. Filmmaking will not exist from the vacuum. I really want to say this. You see, when you are strategic in what you do, you are clever. You did not train people who are direct users alone. They will be the one to in turn hire people, because when you produce a film, let me tell you, when you bring a film to your village, pure water go sell. The film is the only job you do that anybody that have those skills can get a job. The food being sold in the place because the actors are there is a big industry. We are losing out. The Southeast, they've got their own share. Perhaps they've seen it and they are taking on it. Because 90% of the stars make, they are from the Southeast. And if people get Nollywood. And now they are very clever, they go into music. It be like say when you don't get politics on your side, you will begin to resort to your talent. That's what they've done. You need to give them credit. But what they have done cleverly, they understand the business of the game. You see, something I said to people is about understanding the business of the game. If I want to train people in Nollywood, I'm not going to train directors. I'm going to train producers. Because the producer will bring the director to come and do his job. And he will go. He will bring the actors to come and do the job. He owns the film. They call the job. They are productive. They are the productivity we are talking about. That's why they call them producers. I won't bring this here if you're training directors. I won't bring this here if you're talking about training. As a house of rep, you have no business training directors. Let directors go and study in universities. You have no business training actors. Let them go and build their skill. You have business training producers who will in turn add productivity to your constituency. That is why I love this concept. Auntie Mary will go give you Allah. This girl, before you dey join show now, I dey pray to God, say we will see Mary. Auntie, what did they happen?
Good morning, Daddy Chris.
Good morning, man. You look depressed. Sorry. What's going on?
The camera has not been picking, so I decided to come with his phone.
You should have come in since now. Don't worry. Don't need to be sad. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Nice. So, yes, I've been, I missed you because I wanted us to really digest and look into the papers today. There's quite a lot going on in the papers. And I started by playing one video. I'm going to be going back now. But it's this wonderful video from Arise, and where a pastor in the church in Kenya, the Catholic Church in Kenya, refused, they rejected 40 billion donation from their president. You understand? And it's quite sad that we don't have similar cases in Nigeria. I'm not going to go back to that because you missed that bit of it already. And I said, you can imagine.
I can't really get you. I'm not hearing you well.
I'm talking very loud. So, but your voice is loud. So The voice is very loud. Anyway, you can refresh yourself too. You need to face your face before we come back to you. All right. So I know you can hear me, so you need to be ready to speak to hear loud. Then we can have you back. All right. Let's see. Okay, this is not really it's not working today that much. We'll do the one we can. Can you hear me now? And if you
Yeah, I
sit
can
up,
hear you.
if you sit up, it will be better so that I can see you rise. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Good. So the concept is the pastor, the church in Kenya rejected $40 billion from the president. 40 billion. It's a Catholic church. They're saying, no, go and use the money, go and use it to fulfill your promise to the young people. Don't bring it here. Even the governor of the state that added some money, they returned the money. And I said, how wish we can do that in Nigeria? With all the churches we have, you never see one reasonable impact. I saw the this one that like women a lot, the one when they carry these babes, when he torment this our daughter for Hollywood. He carry this place, say they serve people food. You see the joker? He said they serve people food. You're a joker, man. Do you know what the church can do? That's exactly. Would it be out of place if church own a farm? If church own a bank? That's the first one they can do. With the amount of money they are gathering, cash, they can have a bank maybe and give loan to their members who want to do business. It is big money. The church will be making more money. People will pay more time. They are winning for them. They don't. They push these people to go and look for money and come and bring it to them. Some of them sell their husband car. You marry Mary, pastor talk to her way. Don't finish you. Anyway, you can't leave Mary with them because you don't stay with me small. Before you go take money from Mary now, you go use money to do jail. Anyway, Mary, no,
Yes, sir.
so I take this on one side. I don't think we have much time to look at that today, but I know you will have a little defense for your pastors. Because if you hear what Abati says, it's not even me, it's not even the story alone. Abati blasted it all. You can trust what Abati will do. I don't have this guy, but let's listen to. I don't just listen to this again. For those of them who have not joined the show before, let's listen to Abati here. All right?
Kenya that protested had accused religious leaders in Kenya of supporting leaders who have failed the youth, and they've been consistent in that regard. Before this donation at this church in Nairobi, the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Kenya had also said, look, they were against the government because the government was not fulfilling the electoral promises. So here you find in Kenya the church playing a major role in defending the people's interest.
Right.
And I think that is the same role that the Nigerian body of Christ should play, not presenting itself, projecting itself as a tight collection, tight obsessed, tight crazy congregation of the body of Christ. They should be no, don't defend synagogue.
No,
Yeah.
I just want to say, I don't think that it wasn't our prayers that stopped the naira from going to 10,000
No,
to the
please,
dollar.
please, leave
It was our prayers that
no,
stopped
no,
the
leave
naira.
prayers out. But I'm saying that we have a good
love
example
that point.
in Kenya,
Yes.
and what this particular church has done, the Soweto Catholic Church of Nairobi, is to return President Ruto's 40,000. Even the governor of Nairobi that contributed money, he has been told that his money will be returned to him.
All right.
Let them go and serve the people.
Very good.
And not
Well said.
bringing dirty money to church.
Maybe I can just imagine that little lady trying to attack Abati. You know, I know she was actually supporting Abati by making mockery of the system. You understand? But Abati was not ready to hear. It's like me and Mary.
And it criticizes that of all their trending stories, of all their good morning shows, this particular one that you find interesting.
Mary, I deal with issues of national importance. And like I said, Mary, I said to you, I'm not joking. The church is like the body that can actually empower the Nigerian youth or Nigerian people in all ramifications. They have nothing to lose, and they are the one that can do it better. People respect them, they believe in them. Like I said, Mary, would it be out of place if the Nigerian church have a bank? If you need a loan, you go to church and give you the loan. You go and do it, you bring the money back. Would that be out of place? And the church will make money with interest. But it will be so useful to the people Like I said, we don't have airline. I will continue to cry out this airline. People can't move from one place to the other if they use the money where they say buy private jet. They can buy airplane, 2, 3 Boeing. Begin to name it. Winners Air. In fact, members of Winners now that airplane they would begin use. That big brand. Big brand.
The school that they open, is it even affordable? So what are we saying? Is it the airline that will be affordable? It is not to open it though. We some less privileged will be able to access it. Because it's not only rich people that travel by air. I hope we know that it's not only rich people that travel by air these days. Even poor people that can afford aircraft still use it as a means of transportation.
You are right, young woman. The question is say even on a few open now, we go fear. Maybe the reason I said that it's not as if there's nowhere to take loan. The reason I said the bank churches should open loan, they will give percent of 7%, 7 or 8% maximum. But the Nigerian commercial bank today, if you go and take a loan, it's like 3%. Not be more than. That's suicide to go and take a loan from the Nigerian bank. But this is what the church can do better. Give at 7%. Everybody will be navigating towards you. They will leave the bank, the traditional bank. You see, Nigeria, if you open, people can't see the money there. If you open a bank in Nigeria today and you said you are giving loan at 7%, secure your loan, 7%. Your street, now street go line up. You will make money because it's only Nigeria you have quick turnaround for your money. People will patronize that bank. But imagine which one can be better than the church bank. I'm just talking. See, Mary, so there are small things. And the church can do rather than wait for tithes. Until Damina came, they were all lying to themselves. Anyway, that is on one side.
Now the question is, if you go to a church where from when you enter that church to when you close, you didn't give any offering, how will you feel?
Hey, babe, you see, completely fulfilled. I've been to church here in
So what should they use in building the church?
Huh?
What should they use in building the church?
No, Mary, when I drop money, I drop big. Not somebody tell me. It is my day to drop money in the church. Then sometimes I tell you, no, I don't care. No, because that day there was not enough money in the house. Go and drop 10 pounds, don't worry. But when I want to drop, I'll drop 100, 150. That's me. And nobody will tell me. It's even a vow between me and God that I want to make sure that this is running. It's not true that people will not make donation in church. Maybe nobody comes here in England and tell you what to bring. If you drop 1 pound, they'll be thanking you big time. Are they not existing? Do they not exist?
They do.
They collect more money than even those of you there. Because there are people that will die and say, give everything I have to the church. In England, they will die and say, everything I have to go to the church. What are you talking about? You know, we have will here. My estate, the part of it, to go to the church. And some of them are massively rich people. Anyway, sometimes when we chase money, it will defeat us. Leave money. Money is easy. It will fall down for you. You be like woman. If you beg woman, you go they run. When you leave our lady, she will cause say you go they walk around you. You know very now. When they turn and I go they run go back. Now when you leave the woman, after I only go they come, they hear you. You want to. You say since why you rebel like no gree. Make the time I always she will come. That's what women do. Anyway, that is on that one. But
Anyway,
just start to.
that's so kind of. I promise I don't want to argue on the show today because I didn't enter with happiness. I entered with sadness. So let me just calm down.
Maybe it's even better because you are looking beautiful.
You know, I didn't enter with. Let me just say, I didn't enter with a happy mind because I was already angry, like a kind of pissed off before I entered the show. But it's okay. Let me not argue. Let me just stay calm and listen to whatever that the kids want to say on the show. Unfortunately, it's still centered around the church, and it just literally pushed me to talk when it's
But maybe
about church.
you are the one that said something now. I didn't say anything. No. You are the one that said
No,
if
playing
in
that
the view,
video
leave
from
me
our
alone.
rise,
People advise
playing
you.
that video from our rise, it definitely pushed me to want to talk. You understand? But personally, that was not the mindset I entered the show with.
Okay, good.
It is what it is. At the end of the day, um, what the Catholic Church in Kenya did was perfect, was good, it was okay.
So it's not that the
But
priest. It's not me that is
it
talking.
still,
It's
it still,
it's
it,
very
it still doesn't
very
mean
talking
that
now.
it still doesn't mean that our churches in Nigeria, right? They are not trying.
Okay.
And it's not every church in Nigeria these politicians give out their tithes to. You know, there are specific churches where they do that. Not
Maybe
every church.
the
There are
question I
still
have
church that
is
increase. There are
that I
still
hear
church. There are still church that preaches the gospel of God, that serve God in truth, in faith, and in spirit, that practice holiness. They are still very poor. Both the owner of the church itself, they are not doing well financially. They still go to church, believe in God, they still fast and pray. Can we still promote those kind of churches? There are
yes.
still churches like that in
Oh,
Nigeria. Because I
let me
know of that. I always
no
come out here to say it. We still have
no
churches,
yes.
right? That still serve God in truth, in faith, and in spirit. Even though we know that majority has corrupt, you understand, these good ones. We will still not leave these good ones aside. We still have to promote them
Let me tell
because
you, we are
it takes a whole lot of sacrifice to still stay, even in this time, in this end time period, to still stay firm, right? To serve God. That decrease, the temptation is too much. Why I say the temptation is, whether you like it or not, I am not denying the fact that they are not fake pastors. Thousands of them, they are fake. A lot of people open church and claim to understand God even when they don't. But I'm somebody that actually wants to always come out and say we still have good churches. And I hope you agree with me that there are still good churches and there are still people that understand God. You understand? And what God does in the life of human. That's what I have to say.
yes, and maybe you are right because there's a pastor I'm bringing on to SRTV. I want to partner with him. You know what
Tariku
that
is
guy?
pastor again. Pastor.
Yes, so
So that people
pastor.
will finish us. So that people will
No,
finish
no,
Nigerian churches.
no. Listen, this guy is his ministry is in the prison. On Sunday now, he's in the prison, preaching, giving arms to prisoners. Mary, I've never seen anything like it before. His family, in fact, it's not somebody that doesn't have the opportunity to stay in the UK. His wife and children are here. The guy is in Nigeria, preaching in prison. And I ask him, sir, how do you make money? He said, God is providing. And maybe it's something I want to raise money for him. If SRTV, if I have money, I will be paying to tithe to him. And I'm saying this, even I think if you go to my Facebook, they will always send me what he has done every day. You will be happy that somebody is carrying the work of God. That is the
Yeah,
work
that's
of
like
God.
what you said. I attended a youth program. It was held by, I would just say, okay, he's still very young, the servants of God. And I know the program was like, I think like 3 days. And I noticed that from the first to the third day, all of the time, no, they never talked about offering. You understand? And because I know the person, I actually had to meet him later, and I was like, I noticed that during all this your program, you still invited some men of God that still joined you in praying because it was like a section, one section or the other. This actually happened before I even went for youth service. Then I've not actually joined SRTV. So I asked why was it like that. So I said because I don't feel comfortable. Do you know why? It's something I'm used to. Just like when you said, why do we prefer Christians? Why do you prefer the religion Christian? And I said because I was born into a Christian home and I see it to be the best. But if it was otherwise, you understand, the same thing applies to whatever religion I find myself. So because I'm used to offering, I felt like it's the normal thing. And I asked him, you people don't give offering and there's no light. I noticed it has been generator that's been on till we closed. So he said if anyone has anything in mind to give to the church, is left for them. But that the purpose of the gathering was not for offering. That he promised himself that for the 3 days that he's going to hold the program, no offering. But I don't know how people managed to donate to him, or I don't know, maybe they collected his account number, no. But at the Chris, there was no offering. But I see it as if maybe it was wrong, because there should have been room for it so that people that brought something, right, can actually still give it out. Because some people might still go back home with that same money they came with, because they will not have the courage to want to give it to him. You understand? So that's it.
And it doesn't need that. There could be a general notification that if you want to donate, you can do it. In fact, there's this act of people carrying plates every Sunday, embarrassing people to make money. It should stop. People should come to church and willfully drop whatever they want to drop. Maybe it will stop me from making the offering I want to make. Don't carry plates in my face. You understand? I stopped dropping money in the plate now. It doesn't stop me from dropping money in the church. Because those who doesn't have will be embarrassed. Stop throwing this your fucking thing in my face. Sorry. Anyway, that is by the way. That is on one side. Maybe. Then another part of it I saw, which is something that impressed me today, is I want us to see this one there. This is the picture of the day for me. Now, the guy in the center is the minority leader in the House of Rep. The next lady to her, the one wearing green, that is Queen, Ambassador Queen.
I think I recognize somebody here. The lady queen.
Yes, Queen is there. Queen is the president of the Association of Movie Producers of Nigeria.
Okay.
Now, Lily, I Queen posted.
Then Daddy Chris, this man on the suit close to the one on Native.
Yes.
I don't know, but with my phone it's showing pink. I think he's an actor, right?
Yes. He's an actor.
Okay. I recognize his face too.
All right. So what happened here, Mary, is that, and sometimes they tell me what is true development. And you see, I'm heralding, I'm clapping, I am singing this bell, because what they've done is this guy want to do something for his people, or maybe one strategist of millions told this guy, and he come up with a package that is going to take 5,000 young people in the southeast and train them as producers. Who's best to partner with the Association of Movie Producers of Nigeria? Now, you know what I like about this? This is true empowerment of the young people. What will happen is that these people will be trained and be empowered to make their films. And I'm very sure it will not go take 100 million naira. It's even too much. But you know the impact, Mary. This one only the 5,000 people will empower over 50,000 to 100,000 people within the South. And I can explain this. You know the producer, Mary, is the businessman. It's the person that does the film. The whole art of film lies in the hands of the producer. It's the one that decides, okay, let us make this film, let us not make this one. Okay, this is the director to play this one, this is the actor to play this. They decide where the film will be made. I'm a producer, so I know what I'm saying. Now, when you empower 5,000 producers, you be like, so who trained 5,000 women? Because they will go back and empower more. Because then they're going to employ people. Maybe a film that is made, you know how many people? And in the process, new producers will be made. Because as if they train, you will get production manager. That one they learn the art of producing. 2 days ago, Mary, why this was so hard, this happening for me, or why why I was happy, is that I told my people in my place that our House of Rep, who is in the same office with this one, the same house with this guy, was sharing Okada, was sharing some things, and I said, oh well, it's not bad though, but can we move from the Okada sharing, from the machine sharing, into something more productive? Mary, this is how I do. I will never put my money in somebody to buy Okada for anybody. If you ask me why, because the Okada man is not going to be able to empower more.
But that's true.
But if you train a producer will only he will bring in production to your village.
But you know that, Daddy Chris, the thing is, It's because the whole Okada stuff is something that is maybe easy for people to be able to do to earn a living. Now, the act of producing is not everybody that has that talent. You can't force it. It's not everybody that can be a producer. I hope you know.
Who says so? When see, this is the
No.
mistake we are making.
Everybody
When
cannot be a producer that decrease.
I just
And
said
that's the problem Nollywood has today that decrease. Everyone is not producing their own movies.
oh, let's
You
go.
understand? Why some are already work? Everybody cannot be a producer in the industry.
In Hollywood, they are ship producers. All of them makes it work. There are some that will excel. Some may not be as big as that. They are all part of the industry. As we speak now, Kannywood, this is in Kano. My friend is organizing the biggest festival in Kano with Kano Wood. The whole of them are there now. You understand? And it was with me here at this during the Nigerian last week.
Yeah.
You met Abdulkarim. Thank God he came to you
Yes,
now.
sir. Yeah, he came to Abuja.
He's the one doing the big event. He's gonna, and I told him, it's about now empowering people to take over. You understand? And he's doing this. I told him, no, don't train actors. Do not train. The first people to train are producers. One, if you're going to produce it without understanding it, you're going to have issues. Because the first thing a producer will say is that if I make this film, how am I going to sell it? That's a producer thinking. He thinks like a businessman. He doesn't think like you. He's not wanting to make a film. He wants to make a film and make money. So he thinks, how am I going to sell it? If he can sell it, maybe he will come back and make another one. That is the first training you give a producer. This film you're going to make, where are you going to sell it? Who are you going to sell it to? When you have that, because if you can sell it, then you come back and make another. I don't need to tell you that you make another one. The first training I will give to them is, whatever film you're going to make, choose where you're going to sell it. Look for where you're going to sell it before you make it. Or make sure you can have at least a sales, so that money will come back and you make another one. Maybe imagine 5,000 in the Southeast. That's what they are planning at the moment. The 5,000 people, look how many films they will make and the impact it will have on the lives of people. I'm not talking of training actors or training producers. And I said that Okada, if they use that money to train producers, I'm just talking. I'm going to give other instances, so I'm only giving one of the industry. I am saying when you choose to be productive, this is true progress. This is called true progress. Because the children will progress, the producer will progress. Where that producer will get to, you will not be able to say it. If you buy a car or if you buy a house, you never have her. Because you just empower somebody to become productive. That's what I like the word producer, maybe. Because we're talking about productivity. A producer will begin to produce. So you are producing people to produce. That's what God did. God did not make a mistake. When God created Adam, people they say, God saw that Adam was born in a lie. That's not why he created Eve. God knew that he's not going to continue this production forever. I'm not going to hear the great man. They make every man. He had to give Adam something so that they can start to produce. And that's why we are here today, maybe. It was that smartness from God to make sure that Adam become productive. In all ramifications, maybe he can cultivate the land. He go fit produce himself. Adam need to produce himself. So he gave Eve. He popped Eve. Pikin come. You see, the most creative thing God did was creating a woman. And it was not done because Adam was lonely. That is what the Bible tells us. It was done so that man can be productive, can reproduce himself. If not, God for the produce man every day. If not, as God created Adam and Eve finished, for they produce more men, they produce and increase, go produce this. Most of us, God for not tire ourselves. But from that day now, does God need to come down to multiply the earth?
No.
So if you produce producers, or anytime you try to empower people, empower them, think along the line of God. Be like God. Produce people that will be like you. And then you're going to rest. I am so suffering because I couldn't produce myself, baby. You see, if I want what I'm doing to survive, you're going to have people like you. Other thing is going to fail. If you don't, it's no way out. There's no miracle. And that's why I think this is a genius move. So it's not the money amount of money spent, but the line of producing people to produce. You are doing what God did. Mary, if you say God create you so, you have been prepared in your head that you need to carry baby. You know you can be pregnant and carry a baby. You understand? It is in your nature. God prepared you. He didn't prepare it so. So Adam was boring. Adam was going to be a waste. Adam was going to be a waste. So sometimes the Bible talks in idioms. And God saw that the man was lonely. Now God knows what he's doing. If God for create and finish, you come back and create another one, come back and create another one. He said, no, let these people begin to do the job. When you take young people from your community to start to produce, you're free. You don't need to produce 20 million people. Take 5,000. Make sure the line you're training them not to go and eat. Not the end result, not the end of it. An actor will hardly be a producer. An actor is not who I'm talking about. I won't bring this here if they're telling me that they want to train actors. I won't bring this here if they tell me they want to train directors or cameramen. No! A producer is somebody you don't see on set. You don't see them even on set. And many, the thing about this skill is that they don't need to go to school to learn camera work to produce a film. A producer does not have an idea of how to make a movie. All you know is smart enough to know that to get my lecture, but you're about to make a product. You be like, who won't produce this for? How much is it going to cost? Not spend too much. And what are you going to make with the phone so that you can sell it to me? That's all you need to make the producer. And then you give money to everyone. He's gonna live with that. And there will be productivity in the land. If this is well managed with the right approach, now this is what we did in Nollywood now, they are producers in every facet of our life. Even if I want to send people in Okada, if I want to buy Okada for people, I will not buy Okada for you. I will do the art of managing Okada. And how Okada can become a business. So you become employers of Okadas. You see, there's some intellectually, if you don't approach life in that angle, you are stupid. You're not empowering people. When I feel like people just they buy, they eat and sleep. Not everybody now as if fine. Very today now they jealous you because if you see my face and your face there, and they jealous right now. Now you just come fight. Right? And I be like, where I come from, and who I come from. It'll be very bad. Anyway, we're going to go on a break, maybe, because we have a lot in the papers today. I've seen a lot of things in the Nigerian papers. Some of them make me laugh. I said today. So we need to take some time, really some good time, about 30 minutes to digest the Nigerian newspapers today. So let's not run it. Let's not spend too much time on these two important topics. So Nigerians, I'm saying to Nigerian, both the Nigerian associations, the Nigerian in government, some of them don't have jobs to do some of the things they do. I don't understand. They say that go House of Rep, House of Assembly. What is your job? Do you even understand your mandate? And perhaps let our church, our churches, our men of God, not only criticizing, not just by criticizing, but by actually saying that you don't. By the time you might think they have done a mistake. By the time they use this $40,000 to empower the youth will contribute more than that 40,000 in the church. It may not come that day to be a long time because then the youth will have money, they will come to church and they will pay money every Sunday. But if you give the money to me now, I don't chop and finish. Use it for the people will return the money back to me. That's it. The church have not been. So they come, and I want people to understand that. Now, when the people in your area are rich, come to the area where I live in Golden Street. Everybody here, If you go to church here, the church they not they do for money. It comes. Not by mistake. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we're going to dwell more on this. Don't go away, stay with us.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. Srtv Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to Srtv Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious Srtv Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind with round-the-clock security and CCTV surveillance. Top-notch amenities, high-speed Wi-Fi, smart TV, air conditioning, fully equipped kitchen, and lots more. Perfect for business travelers, family vacations, romantic getaways, special events, and more. Book your stay today and experience Lagos like never before. Call +234 8143 582856 or +447 4388 93190 or email us at realestate@superiorradioandtelevision.com. Srtv Shortlet Apartment, where comfort meets luxury.
All right, welcome back, people. This is Wake Up Nigeria. My cousin is here with me. I want to take a look at the papers this week. It's loaded and loaded. All right, all I can see is have fun. Sometimes when I sit on the headlines, it makes me laugh. But maybe I will jump it, and I know you. So where do we start from? Let's take a look at Nigerian papers this morning. It is important.
Okay, the punch.
All right.
The big story on the punch, we have Lakurawa federal government plans more troops as SEC sprays in north. We have a northwest states procure vehicles. Orders for troops, SEC sprays to north central. CDS plan more military bases. On page 2. EFCC places Obaseki on watch list. Probes contract on page 7.
You don't wrong before that. You
They have started. It's too early. Labour protests NBS drops in unemployment rate reports on page 21. Japa workers on federal government payroll resigning amidst probe coming from HOCSF on page 20. States tackle NNPCL over extra 1 trillion naira subsidy payment. And that story is on page 21. Moving forward, we have a custom sees 556 million contraband in Ogun State on page 4. 2025 budget. 13 states commit 3.8 trillion naira to salaries and others on page 25.
Yeah.
US Nigerians bag 30-year jail for $3.5 million romance scam on page 4 and 5.
This romance dey work.
Pensions.
Work. People want to fall in love.
As in, but this is, I call it love scam. They are love scamming people, even though they say it's romance scam. They love scam people because
it's so difficult to trace the crime in it. Though you said they tell you that you want to fall in love. They ask you to drop some things. You call it a scam. It's not you that is looking for a man or a woman.
So why would they empty your bank because of love? How?
No, they don't force it to. They make you to drop the money because you are in love. But that's what I understand. Because there's no way nobody can come and make you to. They're gonna say you want in love, They know this, the man will lie that he's in pain, he's in that, because you're already in love with him, you begin to pay. You understand? So they put one nice good image of this fine boy, and that everybody wants to fall in love with. And when the time you pay the woman, after some time, the guy woman begin to pay. Maybe man can only pay. But to Nigerians, now try you. Anyway, let us take a look at this newspaper. This one, Japa workers. You see, do you know now how many people have left Nigeria? They are still on our payroll. They know that they receive it and they receive it now. You've left the country. Now you are in a better country where you can work and make money. You see, they collect money at home.
Selfishness at its peak.
Wickedness. You see, collect money from the same system you know that is broke. The same system you said that drove you out. And you're opening your mouth to say Nigeria are not good. But you go there and collect money.
But that's the truth.
I don't understand these people, man. Listen, in the UK, you can earn enough money. In the energy, when you say they collect out 80,000, 100,000, 200,000, you can make it here in a day. How much is 80,000? 100 pounds. What is it? 100 pounds today is 200 and something thousand naira. How much did they pay you for Nigeria? You know, it's wickedness of the highest order. And that money would have given job to other people. What kind of wickedness do we as Japa people? Japa. Do you know many of them that were in the ministries? They are here. I can see many of them. If they are not resign, very dark man they come for. Because I never very dark man go humiliate them. Go put the list, go they begin to go publish and you know that one again. You go publish and I just start. People let us do something different. We are, what did I say? I said Nigerians in the diaspora today are like the Joseph of our time. When the children of Israel, they sold Joseph, but when they were in difficulty, it was the same Joseph that saved them. Joseph did not rape them. Can we be Joseph? That God has placed us where we need to help our people. It's not that we are better off, but we're in a unique position to help them with ideas. Sometimes Obasanjo just said it all. Obasanjo just said it to us that we don't need your money, we need your contact and your knowledge. Nigeria need your contact, even the 3 days experience you have here. The way you jump on the bus, the way it works for you. You don't need to go to school to understand that the system can be better off at home. Say it, help the people with ideas, behave differently. When you do that, you're already changing the system. You don't need to, you may not have it, but the way you behave alone can change somebody. You say, my brother not like that. No, my uncle will not take it. So when they are around you, they behave. Be a model, be a role model. You see, going back to collect money, the Joseph of our time still collecting money from the same Nigeria. They were kind of not right. So, what do you want to do? I don't know them because of the past. Who believes it? All this one, when people say cost of not behave, I say they're important. What are all these images then? They see 550 million. When they say contraband, what do they mean? Mary, what is contraband in Nigeria?
You said?
They said the customer sees 556 million. Contraband. What does that mean?
Okay, let me get the main thing so that I will not. Okay, these are goods that have been imported or exported illegally. It's goods, but the ones that they import illegally or export illegally.
This custom, what the Nigerian custom don't cost us. Those people, nobody talk to them. What they don't cost the country? Do you know how much Nigeria will be making from the custom? In terms of revenue, Nigeria is well placed to succeed. If they tell you how much is coming from the custom, the federal government does not even care because oil money don't give too much. But if you know how much the custom can make for the Nigerian state, we are a country of 300 million people, massively relying on importation. So the money should come from the import duties that will feed the government so the government can use it to solve some problem. their belly they big anyhow like fools. You know people belly they big for village. I don't know what they swear for. My place is so okay, your belly will be swell up. It's not a pride to have big stomach. Maybe you are sick. This US based Nigerian bank 80 years for what? I'm the romance guy. Not be that guy when he come when the House of Rep. When the House of Rep America they come grandpa there. You get one they go call you. In window go government chairman of recent. Come to America, they hold up. See the romance camp. I don't want to talk about it. I just say that one and this one. Look at it. They read that for us. Read that, people know what it be name. Don't just say Nigerian romance. What it be name? What was Shema?
Which one, sir?
The one, the UK based, the US based Nigeria, when it back 30 years.
It's not only one now. US based Nigerians back 30 years jail for 3.5 million romance scam. Let me check the names that they will list here.
Yeah, they're not serious. Now, wow. That's all we plenty.
But at the you know that we are plenty. Nigerian people, there are plenty that are doing that thing.
Wow.
You are based in US that you will have been working. You are still doing something else to make money.
Money never reach once, so I better leave that matter. I better no one will refine that kind of yet.
I should not check it again.
You don't die rich. People don't talk more about that. I better leave me alone. That's a good thing. When do you want to Obaseki? Read Obaseki story too for me by that time. I want to hear what did I want to Obaseki. Obaseki, I tell you before. Please, if I tell you one thing, one musician in my place, Opa, he tell us this story. But one of his songs.
You see that there are two, Abi? I told you. There are two guys.
There are two guys, eh? So they get 60 years. All right. You know their name?
Yes. Two Nigerians, Anthony Ibeki and Samuel Anyuku, have been sentenced by a United States federal jury for 30 years combined jail term.
They don't do. Give up. Obaseki, more go Obaseki matter. When those go there.
That means that because it's not small money they collected though.
I'm not very happy at all. That's very shameful thing. You get what they talk about us every time. Our image don't die. We don't rot it. For where these people did. Okay, Obaseki, make I tell you what this man talk for my village, my place, this musician. He said, I tell Obaseki that time, Obaseki, this place where you there, so Hunter did this farm, oh, this is a story of tortoise and parrot. You understand? Parrot they all they make them tortoise they ground. Tortoise tell parrot say, this farm where you there, they make so Hunter did this farm, oh. Parrot say go sit down, say nothing will happen. Parrot, this place where you they make my Hunter dey o. Na wetin I tell Obaseki. Obaseki, people when they get power dey o. Obaseki say. Now he said this very day, Hunter carry it, this go farm. Parrot don dey shout. 9 Hunter, 8 parrot. When parrot come fall, you know when parrot fall on top of tortoise. That tortoise shout say, I don't tell you before. I don't tell you before. I don't tell you before. Say, all the ladies from now, you don't come out, you go see the come pick me take now. You see? Obaseki, Obaseki is a good guy.
But it's predictable now. You said it earlier on that they will still come and probe him. And it's happening already.
There's no way. But Obaseki forgets sense. When they make me know they support Obaseki completely.
But there's no way he can go to now. He can't travel. He can't go to anywhere. That is the problem.
Is he in the country? Now Obaseki don't run. Obaseki don't hand over now. Don't run since. Before God, if you be Obaseki, you go wait. You don't wait till the last day. Papa take off. You in Nigeria. Go look for Rana. You don't run. The guy runs. Because it was on the wall and they're gonna lock him up for a long time. Now they want to start the example for Nigeria. I swear, if the whole of Obaseki Tinubu for lock him up. First, he humiliated Tinubu when Tinubu come for the second time. When they come there, he drive Tinubu. And then gonna say, I don't know the Lagos. That Tinubu they come them out. You say when a person Tinubu don't hold you like go leave you alone. You go put you for prison. I can't tell about
But when you said the people were laughing, that is Nigerians for you.
no, waiting at the top, see. No, waiting make at the support of Baseki now. Waiting make not the support of Baseki. Waiting what he did to his deputy. Meaning when you get power to Obaseki, you yourself you pass to the book. When power was with you, look at the way you were treating Shaibu. Oh, people forget about Shaibu, say Shaibu na greedy man. Obaseki, how come say only PDP win all the local government in Edo State? Only PDP win all the local government, even when we know say that Labour they vote for. Only PDP win all the local government. When I go bring them here, they say, hey, don't know this. Don't talk now when they support them. When I come out now, all of the girl of say, I don't office don't bring down. What they have to do that today? When I tell them, say this is a basket they head to a fall, they say na lie. See how now? Yes, now. You start finish to the wrong. I remember to see the labor man for up. I tell you say today part. What did that one they talk again? Your boyfriend.
Which of the story? Okay, Ajaro.
We go read that
It
finish.
says Labour protest NBC drops in unemployment rate report. Well, actually, that protest is starting on first of December. That should
Read that
be.
finish. This for
But
us.
if
The
they
whole
say
Nigeria
Labour will protest first of
today.
December, first of December is supposed to be on Sunday. We don't protest on Sunday.
I don't understand. I said, Mary, read the Ajero matter for us. Read the full story. Nigeria need to hear what Ajero get up to again. Now don't become mockery. Now don't become. I think that boy say from the day he accept waiting Tinubu. You see, when you dine with the devil, Tinubu, they know they follow Tinubu, they eat for the same table. He pass you, he go give you something feeling, then he go take and they blackmail you. You get power to talk to where they dinner. You when they just shut up. I swear, if this guy never take better money, see as his skin can't change now. Look at the color of his skin. Ajero don't change. Look at the color of his skin here. Then I think they say where. Make I look at where. When I look at Ajero's skin, I don't
Now,
understand.
that thing is the same old pictures. Now you can't judge with that one.
Okay, once I hear say Ajero don't find where we're now. Don't find back like before. We need to talk. Yeah?
I did not tell you anything, no. I just said that is old picture. We can't use that one to judge.
You know, say you always defend your boyfriend now. Don't be so woman be. Maybe they defend I love her. I don't mind. Anyway, let's take a look at the other papers. You know, well, I really wanted to know what the plan is, what they are planning to do, where they're taking us again.
Okay, let me
But
bring out the story now.
let's hear it. Yes, let's hear it.
This one that the quiz is interested in Ajero's story. It's all right.
Ah. See, Ajero don't chop fine. Don't be fine more. And they put on like you know those days. They tell you say the two tips. They put one on the right hand side. They put another one on the left hand side. See what the punch do today. Whether na punch, whether na weekend, they won't punish Ajero. They put Ajero for top. They can't put Obaseki for her.
Okay, this is what the story is
But
talking. He said
punch
the
weekend,
Nigeria.
they put Ajero for up. Put Obaseki for top. So Obaseki na you the lead. Go on, my daughter.
Since the Nigerian Labour Congress has described the drop in Nigerian unemployment rate released in report by the National Bureau of Statistics on Monday as fiction, stressing it contradicts reality. The NLC position was corroborated by the organized private sector, with the OPS stating that the report was not reflective of economic realities. The NBS, in its latest report, stated that Nigeria's unemployment rate declined to 4.3% in the second quarter of 2024, signaling improved labor market conditions. According to reports, this marks a decrease from the 5.3% recorded in the first quarter in 2024 and reflects a gradual recovery from the 5.0% in the third quarter 2023. The labor force participated.
No,
You said?
Mary, it's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. Let's look at other issues. Ajero, they don't start. But let's look at this one. Your brother, if you get plenty boyfriend, you know, not be the dancing governor, who be Adeleke. Not be our musical star brother with his uncle with this one.
Davido,
Eh, eh?
pensions. I have overperformed. Okay, I have outperformed my predecessor, says Adeleke. Yeah, that's the governor now. That's the only governor that is answering that name.
You know, say the man they spend all the time they dance. I go outperform with pension money. Now pension they say they go do. I don't know. I don't know. We don't get governors. But don't go look at this one first. The one where interest me. Look at the first line this way. 2025 budget. 13 states maybe commit 3.8 trillion to salaries. If the small money when they get now, only salary they go to campaign. Do we have progress here? You see, we are only you see Nigeria now they today. Tinubu go borrow money. Wait oh, Tinubu go borrow money give governors. Governor go take the money to pay salary. So we are owing more. I don't understand. Maybe now Tinubu go explain to me better. Tinubu is going for 38 trillion naira loan from the 45 trillion budget. Now, governors don't commit this huge amount of money to just dey pay salaries. If they tell you say this salary money pay, so what did they want to produce with this salary money? With this money now, they tell us that they will pay this money to salary. What are they going to do with these workers? Do they impoverish the future generation? How can God forgive us? They're wicked. I don't know reading another paper. Correct. I don't want to talk too much. Another paper. Let's go.
Okay, let's see the Tribune.
Okay.
Nigerian Tribune. Belong we read Tribune. Oh.
Huh?
As I've been a while we read Tribune. Okay, the big story says senators query federal government borrowing. Tinubu's ministers justify plans. And the writer says
that story. Go on, my
President assures better economy as latest GDP report indicates growth. Predict 2025 rebalancing of economy will bring prosperity on page 3. We have stakeholders beam searchlights on health sector, laments booming quackery, inadequate human resources, want existing policies on health implemented, advocates 50% reduction in power costs to hospitals. He said?
About the Japan, about the hospital, the doctors, the Japan, which kind of hope we get? When they put setting lights on that sector. You couldn't treat your doctors well. These are assets to the nation. The health of the nation is the economy of the nation. Everything is interwoven. A country that is unhealthy, how can they be productive? A country that does not produce the right people intellectually, which education? Education and health, that's why country take it out. Government will take them out. Prioritize them. Because whenever you produce the right people and you make them healthy, so they can be productive. The essence of it is to be productive. But even if you have the healthiest people on earth, and you have the most educated people on earth, and you cannot turn them into money, they become useless. The reason government they say no, and we want to make sure we have education, even free, is so that they can produce a sound mind. Do we have plans to use the sound mind? Now they are not a problem. The governors are now budgeting money to pay salary, not to even produce. Ask those governors, Ross, this 3.8 trillion, the one at the budget, so how much do they want to make? Are you paying people for fun? Like they be your wife? The only wife who they give money will not they ask anything in return. But they get that power, they really get the power. Yeah, well, be this. Maybe how can you pay people and you don't get money from the people you pay? What are you paying workers for? I'm not saying that it should be direct. If you use the money to train and educate people, then you can quantify the gain you're making in terms of the people you have produced. Those are still money. If you make the people healthier, you can quantify that. Those are money. But everything must be quantified and it should be educated. People should educate us. No, we're going to do this. So we're going to put social money in the healthcare. The reason is that so that when Nigeria is healthy, we'll save social money from going outside the country. You can justify it economically. You see, everything. And Nigeria, we need to understand, okay, this is what the government or this is what the president. We need to communicate. We need to hear from them. Now we are being led in the right way. We get to stop. We'll go on there. I'm with you, maybe. Let's go. Read more of the papers.
Okay. So still on the Tribune, we have
And the way when the
FCTA.
vice president talk, go on. Your vice president said
FCTA
they commit
gives a list of C of O defaulters in Abuja, page
okay.
13, and still on page 132. Over 1 million violence crimes perpetrated against women in 2023, coming from UNODC. We have unemployment rates dropped to 4.3% in the second quarter of 2024, coming from NBS. We have another story here that says NAF destroys terrorist food depot, kills scores in Lake Chad, on page 7. At HID Awolowo Foundation webinar, federal government committed to gender equity advancement, coming from Shetima, says HD critical pillar of modern Nigeria. Mama fought for social justice, human rights, coming from Amina Mohammed. HID, Awo's lives, testament to power of purposeful living, coming from Awolowo Dosumo. Women critical to changing Nigeria's current narrative, coming from Danjuma. Mama had exceptional wisdom, coming from Erelu Fayemi. Abiodun Sanwo-Olu Makinde speak on page 3.
Wonderful.
And
I hope this is a wake up. This is a very good thing. You understand? And the president and the vice president should start from the north. They should liberate our women. These women they tying down there, they can do great things for the country. Women can go. Look at Mary here right now. She's the one reading this paper. Because she's a woman, what does it make? What difference? She's not productive. She's running the whole of Abuja, young girl. What is wrong with us, Mary?
it is well.
For what? And the funny thing, we all have sisters, we all have mothers. We all love our mother. We know how much our mother impacted us. If not our mother, Mary, before we will talk 2-3 things, Mama Africa, you can tell what the mother of a black man has done. If I tell you what our mothers did, even sometimes in my bed, Papa they be home they go. My mother they give up on the children. How can you lock such people up? How can you shut them out of the system? When without the president, a woman just almost became the president of the United States, the biggest economy in the world. I was praying for her. So it would have been a beam light. The girl that won our Nigerian girl has won the office of, I don't like her right now, I told you. The biggest party in the United Kingdom is actually the biggest political party in the United Kingdom. It's what the Nigerian girl just won the leadership role. If they win the election tomorrow, she becomes the prime minister. That is a girl. I don't want to call her a woman, she's a young girl. What are we doing to ourselves? It's not something we should be discussing. It's okay. Let's not even bring this matter here so that people don't know how. One more paper. Go home.
Okay. Okay, let me see the next one that we have to look into. What about I want us to read papers that we've not been reading. Daily Times.
No, I was interested in this village saying as gunmen killed many in Benue.
Okay, that is Daily Trust. Villagers.
How can they just enter town and begin to shoot people?
And they always succeed though.
The thing I don't understand is when they talk about as if these gunmen are some kind of powerful people. Because they know they will get away with it. Let me say this. There's nowhere in the world where people will not commit crime when they know they can get away with it. The only reason people don't commit crime is when they know they will be caught. And there's no shortage of laws in Nigeria. We have enough laws. Like I said again, if we want to see that country of what it is right now, we need to go on our place. Not the way we're doing it. I mean, if these people, it's not these stupid people when they come kill people today, no say camera there to catch them. Therefore, think twice before they enter this village. They kill you. Because you'll be on camera. If you escape today, we will catch you tomorrow. Like I said, Nigeria should be, if the more money what we take do beavers, bagger, they can put this thing around the country. Put it. As you they run, we will see you. We'll not see you today, we will see you tomorrow. We will play the video for you. When you reach court, they're not going to tell you, they will play your video for you. What are we doing? It's so primitive to think that we can police Nigeria with all this kind of cheap policemen we have right now. They are not equipped for purpose. They are not prepared. They are ill-prepared. If you tell UK today, say, you think we are obeying law here because we love to obey the law. We obey the law because if you don't, you will face the repercussion. So it's not as if these people here are very good, they are like saying, no. They've been told the repercussions of disobeying the law. And you will pay for it. We need to grow to that level where there is repercussion for abusing the Nigerian state. And I pray we'll wake up to that very soon. And I don't think we'll have much time to do more. If there's one trending issue, we'll just handle it and then we can leave the show today. Otherwise, we'll wrap up of what we just discussed.
You said?
I said if we don't have any other trending issue, then we can try and go and round up the show, starting from where we stopped, going to where we started. You know, I kind of like this image, really. I kind of like this image. Now I'm in love with this guy. You know, I think these guys will work. You know, Mary, you see another thing I want to say today before we leave this show is that these guys, they are not God though. They may not even know what we need. Or even they need ideas to work. For instance, and you know what I say to my community? Our guy is now a governor of Delta State. What is the plan of these people that you couldn't even present to your brother who is now a governor? That this is what we want to see in the next 10 years. In the next 20 years, this is what we should be. Maybe if we don't plan that, the man doesn't have the time to think for you. Like, Mary, I don't marry wife, finish. Somebody come think for me, I want to sleep with her. And you with her, no. What thing I will give you now, the bedroom too. If I feel happy with your small fan, let me go to her for you. So there are so many things the government cannot do for us. We need to put the government down and teach them and propose to them and work with them. If they don't listen, we make their life uncomfortable. My name is Danny, please. Mary, what do you have to tell our people now that they have this opportunity in the Southeast? Advice from you. This is a big thing.
Even though I'm struggling to hear you, but I think it's from my end. Okay, what I would say is let's work not just for the betterment of ourselves, but for the betterment of the country. Because if we actually work for the betterment of the country, our children will have a good society to stay. If the society is good, we will not be crying every day. Because one of the most important things is leaving your kids in a better society where you are sure of their safety. Because safety is very important, right? In the life of a man, in the life of a woman, as we are, let's try for a better society, like a better Nigeria, where people can live in peace and harmony, where we'll not be scared of killings, where we'll not be scared of insecurity, where we'll not be scared of husband killing wife, wife killing husband. You understand? Not trusting your neighbor because you don't even know the next thing that will happen. You don't know who will invade your community to destroy and kill people. This is not the kind of country we should be looking at. Let's pray for and work for a better Nigeria to come. Because the Nigeria we have right now is not better. And it's even getting worse. So let's pray for a better Nigeria to come. That's what I have to say.
Thank you very much, Mary. That's a good place to wrap up the show. Like I always say, a wise country will not think of how to put people in prison alone. Putting people in prison or punishing people for wrongdoing will be the last resort. So the first approach is how do you detect crime from happening? Let it not happen. You now break up strategy. Sometimes you let police walk around the street, you're deterring it. Police they yell. CCTV, then they catch you. Maybe the CCTV itself not they work again. People are paranoid. They know the CCTV will catch people. But another important thing you can do is to engage them productively. This is why I said do what God has done. You see, by the time God has given us enough things to do, we'll not get time again. We're not going to disturb. We are busy producing human beings. God is free now. So let us begin to produce and let us empower people to be productive. If you know, say you get house of prayer, house of assembly, don't buy more water. Now, what is this boy if you do? Very dark man, they put pipe more water. You when the very dark man they do water, you say they do water. You know the shame? Come on, we can do better. My people. So that is what we're here to say today. I so much get this idea that I want people, everybody in the House of Rep, in government to think along this line. Let us start with people who can produce so that the generation and generation can live on what we have started. If these people begin to produce 5,000 producers, those producers will produce small and begin to produce small. What they just started small will live on for generation. That is the legacy we should be working to. And we don't have all it takes to succeed. And like we say again, I want to go back to the church. Nobody's here to fight you. The church is so important. It's so important. But one thing you cannot continue to do is glorify evil. You can't glorify evil in the name of a church. That's why I had the show today. My name is Adi Chris, and thank you, Mary, for joining me today. Tomorrow we'll do better and better and better. But again, let's think about to be productive at SRTV so that we will put something down for our children. Thank you very much, my daughter.
You said what?
I said thank you for joining me. All right, today. I know you can't hear me well today. Don't worry, we'll do this tomorrow. Bye for now.
Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than SRTV Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. SRTV goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your SRTV Shortlet apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. You can reach us by calling this number 070-6237-9915 or 080-7082-7331.
Yes,
Srtv. Innovative content.